Hello, I'm Tom Watts with the BBC News. The US State Department has approved the sale of a new package of arms to Taiwan, worth $1.1 billion. Washington has shown continued support for Taiwan as the island faces pressures from China. Here's Peter Bowes.
The US State Department says the package of arms includes 60 anti-ship missiles, 100 air-to-air missiles, and support for Taiwan's surveillance radar program. The arms will significantly boost the island's defences, but it's a show of support from Washington that's likely to worsen relations between the US and China. There was a noticeable increase in Chinese aggression in the form of military drills close to Taiwan following the visit of Nancy Pelosi, with China warning America that it was playing with fire.
The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency has said the physical integrity of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in Ukraine has been violated several times as a result of military activity. Rafael Grossi visited the site on Thursday. Frank Gardner reports.
Rafael Grossi chose his words carefully in this news conference, clearly keen not to upset either Russia or Ukraine. He emphasized that during his visit to Europe's largest nuclear power plant at Zaporizhzhia, he was able to see everything he asked to see. That included the control room, which he hinted was being used for other purposes by the Russian military. He expressed his relief that with 2 inspectors now staying there till further notice, it would be much harder for anyone to bombard the plant with impunity. But he also warned there was still the possibility of further physical damage to the plant. He said the gravest danger could come from a breakdown in power to the reactors, something which experts fear could potentially lead to a catastrophic leak of radiation.
The Russian energy giant Gazprom says it has detected an oil leak in a turbine on its key gas pipeline to Europe. Nord Stream 1 was due to reopen on Saturday. Jessica Parker is in Brussels.
In EU circles, the news from Gazprom came as no surprise. The pipeline, which runs under the Baltic Sea into Germany, had already seen significantly reduced deliveries. The head of Germany's network regulator said that the country was now better prepared. It, like other EU nations, has been building up gas reserves. Nevertheless, families and businesses faced with soaring costs have also been urged to make energy savings, and the indefinite closure of Nord Stream 1 spells a further energy squeeze for Europe.
The mayor of Jackson in the US state of Mississippi has warned the city's 180,000 residents that increasing water pressure could rupture pipes. Much of the city remains without clean tap water 4 days after flooding at a local treatment plant on Monday resulted in a drop of pressure and a serious deterioration in water quality. Limited pressure has been restored to some areas. World news from the BBC. Thousands of people in 3 communities in Northern California have been told to evacuate as a fast-moving fire threatens their homes. The blaze began in a lumber mill north of the small town of Weed and has spread quickly in hot and windy conditions. Evacuation orders have been issued to residents of Weed and the neighbouring communities of Lake Shastina and Edgewood. Thousands of people, including politicians, cultural figures, trade unionists and human rights organisations, have rallied in the centre of Buenos Aires in support of Argentina's Vice President, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, following Thursday's botched attempt on her life. She escaped unharmed after a gun brandished by a man just centimetres from her head failed to go off. 8 police officers have been killed in Colombia's western department of Huila in what appears to have been an ambush. Local media is blaming the attack on a dissident rebel group. Kat Wiener reports.
The officers were leaving a social event on Friday afternoon when their vehicle ran over a mine. The explosion was reportedly followed by bursts of gunfire. Colombia's new left-wing president, Gustavo Petro, described the attack as an act of sabotage aimed at derailing the country's peace process. Mr. Petro campaigned on a promise to salvage Colombia's 2016 peace deal with the FARC, which saw the majority of the rebels lay down their arms. Unlike his predecessor, Ivan Duque, who had sought to overturn parts of the historic deal, the new president has said he'll also reopen negotiations with dissident FARC factions and the ELN militant group.
Kat Wiener reporting. The American actress Jane Fonda has revealed that she has been diagnosed with cancer and is having chemotherapy. The 84-year-old Academy Award winner said she had a very treatable form of lymphoma and would not let the illness interfere with her climate activism. Jane Fonda has worked in films and television for more than 6 decades and starred earlier this year in the Netflix comedy Grace and Frankie. BBC News.